Titus 1, 5 through 9. For this reason I left you in Crete, that you would set in order what remains, and appoint elders in every city as I directed you. Namely, if any man is beyond reproach, the husband of one wife, having children who believe, not accused of indecent behavior or rebellion. For the overseer must be beyond reproach as God's steward, not self-willed, not quick-tempered, not overindulging in wine, not a bully, not greedy for money, but hospitable, loving what is good, self-controlled, righteous, holy, disciplined, holding firmly the faithful word which is in accordance with the teaching, so that he will be able both to exhort in sound doctrine and to refute those who contradict.
Think of the suffering and pain that hope and chance. Christ's sacrifice because God sacrificed His Son. As we partake of the bread and of the fruit of the vine that Christ set up with His disciples just before His trial, before His crucifixion, and before He did rise to give us praise and the King. Let's sing our thoughts back to that time. This time, concentrate just a minute. It's good with that. Dear Lord, we stand here amazed that you have for us and that Christ has for us. He came to this earth that he set an example for us. While he was perfect, and we know that we're not. While he was willing to become our sacrificial lamb, the gentle lamb was willing to give his life so that we have that hope of living forever. As we partake of the bread, symbolic of the body, we just pray that we set our minds and our love upon you, as you did upon us. We ask your blessing on us as we partake of the bread of this time. We ask our prayer in the name of your Son, our Savior. Let's continue. Yes, Lord, as we partake of the food of God, symbolic of the blood, it's so necessary for the washing away of our sins. That we just awestruck at the love that you and your Son had for us, that he was willing to die on that cross. He was willing to suffer for those of us who live 2,000 years even after his time. We just pray that you be with us, help us to keep willing Christ's love to center our minds, not only at this time, but throughout the rest of the day, throughout the remainder of our lives, that we may realize how much you care for us, that you're willing to make the sacrifices that you do. We just ask your blessing on the food of God at this time. Help us to center our minds and our lives on you. We ask this in the name of your Son. We also take this time to thank God for all the blessings that he's given us. And as you came in, you want to notice there were plates beside the doors. If you can, as you would, it's going to be your contributions. Let's thank our Lord for what he's done for us in this day. Yes, Lord, we just thank you for the blessings you give us. We thank you that we live in this great country, that we have the freedoms that we do, that we can work, not only provide for ourselves, but Father, help provide for each other. So we can support one another. Father, we can support your children here. So, Father, help missionaries around the world. Your name be known everywhere. We just pray that the funds of the club this time be used to bless you, to further your kingdom. We thank you for the opportunities that we have. And we just thank you for your love and for watching over us. Ask our prayer in the name of your Son, our Savior.
Worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. From my enemies. The Lord liveth, and blessed be the rock, and let the God of my salvation be exalted. The Lord liveth, and blessed be the rock, and let the God of my salvation be exalted. Jesus Christ, he died for me. Jesus Christ, he died for me. And he took away my sin. I will live with him for eternity.
I know the
The
Lord
liveth, and blessed be the rock,
Blessed
and let
be
the
the
God of my
rock.
salvation be exalted.
I know the
The
Lord
liveth, and blessed be the rock,
Blessed
and let
be
the
the
God of my
rock.
salvation be exalted.
I know the
The
Lord
Lord liveth, and blessed be the rock,
Blessed
and
be
let the
the
God of my salvation be exalted. The Lord liveth, and blessed be the rock,
Blessed
and let
be
the
the
God of my
rock.
salvation be exalted. I will call upon the Lord. I will call upon the Lord. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I once was lost, but now I'm found. But once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. When we've been there 10,000 years. 10,000 years. When we've been there 10,000 years. 10,000 years. Bright shining as the sun. Bright shining as the sun. We've no less days to sing God's praise. We've no less days to sing God's praise. We've no less days to sing God's praise. To sing God's praise than when we first begun. Than when we first begun. So humble yourself in the sight of the Lord. So humble yourself in the sight of the Lord. Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord. Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and He will lift you up. I know, and He will lift you up. And He will lift you up. I know, and He.
Morning. I'm going to embarrass Jeff for a moment. I have to. Sorry. But when Jeff was up here leading, singing, especially right at the end, but it was throughout the whole thing, but it really clicked with me at the end. The big, huge smile on your face when you were singing, "Oh, How I Love Jesus." That really does me a lot of good. And I don't mean to put you on the spot and embarrass you, but I want to say thank you to you. And I want to draw attention to that because I know it's genuine and it makes a difference for me in worship. It makes a difference in my life. And so I appreciate you, Jeff. And I appreciate all of you as we sing and give our praises to God. It's a powerful thing. You know, I remember when I was only 8 years old, leaving church one Sunday with my mom, of course, and we walked outside and I chased down the preacher. And I said, I shook his hand and I said, "Someday I'm going to have your job." I actually did at that church. So it was kind of fun. Thinking back to things like that. Of course, when you're a little kid, you know, you have ideas and you have thoughts and all, and dreams, I guess you'd say. But had no idea when I said that what that meant, you know. All I knew was I had, you know, a lot of interest in doing that, a lot of feeling like I'm supposed to do that. Along the way, I've found that I've done a lot of things the wrong way or wrong in some way, and as well, things I've done well, I think, but certainly learned a lot about what it means to be merciful because I've wanted to receive it, you know, and of course that's in the Beatitudes, right? Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. And we all need that, don't we? And last Sunday, I began this 2-week lesson, like this is part 2, on shepherds or elders in the church. And one of the things that I really emphasized was the last part of the bottom of that slide there, that it's supposed, that's what we talked about last week, that it's supposed to be a personal, trusting, and safe relationship. We looked at John 10, where Jesus said, "I am the good shepherd." And he lays down his life for the sheep. And we saw how the sheep knew him and came to him because they recognized his voice. It was a personal, familiar, safe context. And so it is set up that way in the Lord's kingdom for us to have those kinds of emotions and thoughts and feelings towards one another. Now, we all have experienced life in which things are not the way that we would like them to be. Inside and outside of church, of course, inside and outside of families, whatever it may be. We've experienced the good and the bad, but the way that God wants it is for us to feel like we're in a context, in a relationship with God that's safe. And an extension of that is the way we interact with one another, not only in church leadership, as we sometimes refer to it as, but in our brother, sister, family kind of spiritual relationships, in our spiritual family, the church. You know, we read in Ephesians about how the manifold wisdom of God was made known to the world and to the rulers in spiritual places. That's talking about Satan and others. The manifold wisdom of God was made known to all through the church. You know, in our experience in the church, it kind of boggles the mind to think that God is somehow letting his wisdom be seen through you and me. Certainly through me, I think. You know,